Most people think losing your eyesight is just part of getting older. You hear it all the time. It's normal. It happens to you as you get older. But that's not entirely true. Yes, your eyes do change with age, but when your vision starts getting worse quickly or your eyes feel dry and strained all the time, it's often a sign something else. In many cases, the body simply isn't getting the nutrients it needs to keep the eyes working properly. Here's what most people don't realize. Your eyes are one of the most nutrient-hungry organs in your body. When they're not getting what they need, they don't just age, they struggle. That's when you start noticing things like blurry vision, difficulty seeing at night, and that constant feeling of eye strain. And one of the biggest nutrients your eyes depend on is vitamin A. Vitamin A allows you to see clearly, especially in low light. Without enough of it, night vision becomes poor, and over time the surface of the eye can become dry and damaged. You've probably heard that carrots are good for your eyes. But what if I told you there are common vegetables that contain up to 9 times more vitamin A than carrots? Yet most people hardly eat it. In this video, I'm going to explain in a simple and practical way so you not only understand what's happening to your eyes, but also what you can start doing immediately to protect them. Then we'll uncover some hidden causes most people ignore. These are everyday habits and nutritional gaps that quietly speed up vision problems. And the greatest part of it is that most adults don't even realize they are contributing to their declining eyesight. Quick one before we proceed. Take a quick second to like this video and hit the subscribe button because the information you're about to hear isn't just helpful, it could make a real difference in how well you see in the years ahead. Number 1, pine bark extract. Pine bark extract is found on the bark of pine trees and it's rich in natural compounds called antioxidants. These antioxidants help protect the body from damage caused by unstable molecules that can affect delicate parts of the eyes over time. One of the most popular forms of pine bark extract is sold as pycnogenol. In recent years, researchers have taken a closer look at how it may support vision, especially in older adults. First, pine bark extract helps with intraocular pressure. Intraocular pressure is the pressure inside the eye. This pressure is very important because it protects against glaucoma. Remember we mentioned earlier that when pressure stays too high for too long in the eyes, it can damage the optic nerve which is responsible for sending visual signals to the brain. According to Journal of Ocular Pharmacology and Therapeutics, people who use pine bark extract showed improvements in eye pressure levels over time. While it is not a replacement for medical treatment, it may serve as a helpful support alongside proper care. Your eyes rely on a steady flow of blood to receive oxygen and nutrients. When circulation is poor, the eyes may not function at their best. That's where pine bark extract comes in. This fruit helps improve blood flow, including to the small blood vessels around the eyes. Don't also forget oxidative stress. Over time, the body naturally produces harmful substances that can damage cells, and the eyes are especially sensitive to this kind of damage because they are constantly exposed to light and environmental factors. Pine bark extract contains strong antioxidants that help neutralize these harmful substances, reducing the risk of damage to eye tissues. Now, it's important to understand that pine bark extract is not a magic solution. It works best as part of a broader approach that includes proper nutrition, healthy habits, and regular eye care, but as a natural addition, it offers support in areas that are important for long-term eye health. Pine bark extract is usually taken in supplement form. The common dosage ranges from 50 to 150 milligrams per day, depending on individual needs and health conditions. However, I will advise that you seek professional consultation before starting any supplement. This is because some supplements can interact with medications or may not be suitable for certain health conditions. Now let's move into one of the most powerful and widely available vegetable for eye health. This is a vegetable many people already know but often underestimate when it comes to vision support. Number 2, pumpkin leaves. Pumpkin leaves is one of the richest natural sources of beta-carotene, a plant compound that the body converts into vitamin A. This is especially important because vitamin A plays a direct role in how well you see in low light conditions and how healthy the surface of your eyes remains. Studies show that pumpkin is one of the most potent natural sources of provitamin A. This means it provides a strong plant-based form of vitamin A precursor that the body can efficiently convert and use. What makes pumpkin even more valuable is that it is gentle on the body and easy to digest and suitable for seniors who may have sensitive digestion or less appetite. Now, the good news is that pumpkin is not only nutritious, it is also very easy to prepare in different ways, which makes it simple to include regularly in meals. First is pumpkin porridge. Start with a small fresh pumpkin. Wash it thoroughly. Peel off the skin and remove the seeds. Cut the flesh into small cubes for even cooking. Place the cubes in a pot and add just enough water to cover them slightly. Boil on medium heat for about 15 to 20 minutes until the pumpkin becomes very soft. Drain excess water if needed. Then mash the pumpkin until smooth and creamy. Add a little warm milk or water to adjust the thickness. Stir gently until it forms a soft porridge texture. Serve warm, optionally with a pinch of cinnamon or honey. Apart from the benefits pumpkin offers for eye health, preparing it as porridge also provides several other advantages beyond vision support. Because it is cooked and mashed, pumpkin porridge is soft, gentle on the stomach, and easy to digest, making nutrient absorption easier. It also provides natural fiber, which supports smooth digestion and antioxidants that help protect the body from cell damage. When prepared with minimal ingredients, it becomes a simple, nourishing meal that supports overall eye health, immune function, and general well-being without putting strain on the digestive system. Another way you can eat your pumpkin is by roasting it and pairing it with olive oil. To make a roasted pumpkin, cut fresh pumpkin into small, even cubes. After peeling and removing seeds, preheat your oven to about 200 degrees Celsius. Place the cubes on a baking tray lined with parchment paper. Drizzle a small amount of olive oil over them and toss lightly to coat evenly. Add a pinch of salt if desired. Roast for about 20 to 25 minutes, turning halfway until the cubes are soft and slightly golden at the edges. This recipe supports eye health because pumpkin is rich in beta-carotene, which converts to vitamin A, while olive oil helps the body absorb these nutrients more effectively for better vision support. But while pumpkin is powerful on its own, there's something important to understand about eye health. Vitamin A does not work alone. That's because your eyes don't rely on just one nutrient. They depend on a combination of vitamins and minerals working together to stay strong, clear, and well protected. Now let's talk about another powerful vegetable that plays a very important role in protecting vision over time. It is something you're very familiar with. Number 3, bell peppers. When we talk about bell pepper, what most people see is spice, and that's absolutely true. But here is one interesting fact about bell pepper that most adults do not know. Bell peppers are often seen as just colorful ingredients in cooking, but nutritionally, they are far more valuable than many people realize. They are especially rich in vitamin C, which is one of the most important nutrients for maintaining healthy eyes, particularly as you age. Vitamin C is a powerful nutrient that helps protect the body's cells from damage. This kind of damage happens when harmful substances build up in the body over time. The eyes are especially sensitive because they are always exposed to light, oxygen, and other environmental factors like dust and pollution. If they are not properly supported, this constant exposure can slowly weaken eye tissues and affect how well they work. That's where bell pepper comes in. Also, the vitamin C in bell pepper helps the lens in the eyes to stay clear and functional. Without the vitamin C, these cells can become weaker, which may affect how clearly you see. Let's talk about the collagen in bell peppers. This nutrient helps maintain the structure and strength of different parts of the body, including the tissues in the eyes. Healthy collagen levels help keep the eye structure stable and support overall eye function. When it comes to hydration, the vitamin C found in bell pepper keeps tissues in the body, including the eyes, well hydrated. And for people in the early 80s, this proper hydration helps reduce dryness, irritation, and discomfort, which are common issues in older adults. According to recent studies about cataract, vitamin C acts as a powerful antioxidant that counters oxidant stress within the lens. It also serves as a physiological sunscreen to protect the lens from UV ultraviolet light-induced oxidative damage and to regenerate vitamin E and glutathione to further increase antioxidant capacity. The good thing about bell peppers is that they are not only nutritious, but also very easy to include in daily meals. They come in different colors like red, yellow, and green. And each variety contains beneficial nutrients, with red bell peppers usually having the highest vitamin C content. To get the best benefit, it is important to prepare them in ways that preserve their nutrients. Now let's look at how you can easily prepare bell peppers for daily consumption. Start with fresh, firm bell peppers. Choose ones that are bright in color and free from soft spots or wrinkles. Wash them thoroughly under clean running water to remove any dirt or residue. Next, cut off the top and remove the seeds inside. The seeds and white inner parts are not harmful, but removing them makes the texture smoother and more pleasant to eat. Slice the bell peppers into thin strips or small bite-sized pieces, depending on how you plan to use them. Smaller pieces are easier to cook and also easier for seniors to chew and digest. After doing these, place a small amount of olive oil in a pan and heat it gently. Add the sliced bell peppers and cook for about 5 to 7 minutes. The goal is to soften them slightly while still keeping a bit of crunch, but do not overcook because vitamin C is sensitive to high heat. Another option is a fresh bell pepper salad. Simply mix raw sliced bell peppers with cucumber, a little lemon juice, and a pinch of salt. This keeps all the vitamin C intact and makes a refreshing, easy-to-eat meal. You can also prepare stuffed bell peppers. Cut them in half, remove the seeds, and fill them with a mixture of cooked rice, vegetables, or lean protein. Then bake them lightly until tender. This makes a more filling meal while still keeping the nutritional benefits. Lastly, you can make a simple bell pepper and vegetable soup. Boil bell peppers with carrots, onions, and a little garlic. Then blend into a smooth soup. This is especially helpful for seniors who prefer soft or liquid meals. When prepared in these simple ways, bell peppers become more than just a colorful addition to meals. They become a steady source of vitamin C that supports eye health by protecting cells, strengthening tissues, and helping maintain moisture in the eyes. However, vitamin C alone is not sufficient for the assignment, and that's where the next vegetable comes in. At number 4, mushroom. Mushrooms may not look very special, but they carry nutrients that play an important role in supporting vision, especially as we age. One of their key contributions is how they support the body in using vitamin A effectively, which is essential for maintaining clear and stable eyesight. Inside the body, nutrients do not work alone. They depend on each other to function properly. Mushrooms help ensure that the nutrients needed for vision are properly activated and delivered to where they are needed most, especially the retina. The retina is a sensitive layer at the back of the eye that helps convert light into images. For it to function well, it needs constant support from nutrients and healthy cellular activity. Mushrooms can contribute to this support in a quiet but important way. A study by the Biological Trace Element Research in 2020 shows that mushrooms contain compounds that support eye tissue function, cellular health, and overall structural balance in the body. Also, taking mushrooms can support that structure of seniors' eye cells. It provides nutrients that assist in maintaining healthy cell function. When these cells are well supported, they are better able to perform their role in processing light and sending visual signals to the brain. Did you know that when you add mushrooms to your diet, your protein formation and maintenance improves? Now let me take you through what protein formation means. The protein derived from mushrooms is not much. However, it helps to build strong tissues, supports eye health, and maintains overall body strength. While not very high in protein, mushrooms still add useful nutrients that work together with other foods for better health. Mushrooms are low in calories but rich in natural compounds that support overall wellness. It also contains antioxidants that help reduce stress on the body's cells. That's not all. Mushrooms also support general immune function. Talk about other vitamins apart from vitamin A. Mushrooms contain B vitamins and other trace nutrients that support energy production and nerve function. So, while mushrooms may appear simple, they play a meaningful role in maintaining the internal systems that support eye health, cellular strength, and overall body function. But that's not all. Now, I will be giving you 4 recipes on preparing mushrooms in different meals. The first way you can prepare your mushroom is by making a mushroom stir fry. Begin by selecting fresh, firm mushrooms with no dark spots or moisture damage. Rinse them briefly under cool running water to remove dirt. Then gently pat them dry with a clean kitchen towel. Avoid soaking them as mushrooms absorb water quickly and may become soggy during cooking. Slice the mushrooms evenly into medium thick pieces. Uniform slicing ensures even cooking and better texture. Place a heavy bottom frying pan over medium heat and allow it to warm for about 1 minute. Add 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil and let it heat gently until it shimmers, but do not let it smoke. Add finely sliced onions to the pan first. Sauté for about 2 to 3 minutes, stirring occasionally until they become soft, translucent, and lightly golden at the edges. This builds a flavorful base. Next, add the sliced mushrooms. Stir immediately to coat them evenly with the oil and onions. At first, the mushrooms will release water, but that's just a normal process. So, continue cooking on medium heat until the liquid evaporates and the mushrooms begin to brown slightly. Season lightly with salt and a small pinch of black pepper. Stir gently to combine and allow the seasoning to absorb into the mushrooms. Cook for an additional 3 to 5 minutes until the mushrooms are tender, flavorful, and lightly caramelized at the edges. Remove from heat and serve warm. This method enhances both flavor and texture while preserving the mushroom's natural nutrients. Another option you can use your mushroom for is by making mushroom pepper soup. Gently rinse your mushroom with clean water to remove any dirt. Then pat them dry. Slice them into small bite-sized pieces so they cook evenly and absorb flavor well. Place a clean pot on medium heat and add about 2 to 3 cups of water or light chicken or vegetable stock depending on preference. Allow it to warm gently until it begins to simmer. While the water is heating, prepare your seasoning base. Blend or finely chop fresh onions, garlic, and a small piece of ginger. These ingredients create a deep aromatic base for the soup. Once the liquid begins to simmer, add the chopped onions, garlic, and ginger into the pot. Stir and allow it to cook for about 3 to 5 minutes so the flavors can infuse properly into the broth. Next, add the sliced mushrooms. Stir gently and allow them to cook slowly in the seasoned broth. As they cook, they will release a natural earthy flavor that enriches the soup. Now add your spices. Add some ground pepper, a small pinch of salt, and optional seasoning like a boo cube if desired. Stir well to combine everything evenly. Reduce the heat to low and allow the soup to simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes. This slow cooking helps the mushrooms soften fully and absorb the rich flavors of the broth. If you prefer a slightly thicker texture, you can lightly mash a few mushrooms in the pot or allow the soup to reduce a bit longer on low heat. Once done, taste and adjust seasoning if necessary. Remove from heat and let it rest for a minute before serving. Serve warm. This soup is light, soothing, and easy to digest, making it a comforting meal while still delivering the natural benefits of mushrooms. That's not all. Remember, I told you earlier that I will be giving you 4 recipes. So the next recipe on our list is grilled mushroom. Start by choosing fresh, firm mushrooms with smooth caps and no signs of spoilage. Clean them gently using a damp cloth or a quick rinse under running water. Then pat them completely dry. Drying is important because excess moisture can stop proper grilling and prevent browning. If the mushrooms are large, leave them whole or cut them into thick slices. If they are small, you can grill them whole for better texture and juiciness. Next, prepare a simple marinade. In a small bowl, mix 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil with a pinch of salt, black pepper, and optional herbs like thyme or garlic powder. This helps enhance flavor and also keeps the mushrooms moist during cooking. Brush or toss the mushrooms lightly in the marinade, making sure each piece is evenly coated. Let them sit for about 5 to 10 minutes so they can absorb the flavors. Heat a grill pan or outdoor grill over medium heat. Allow it to become hot before placing the mushrooms on it. This helps create a nice sear and prevents sticking. Place the mushrooms on the grill in a single layer. Avoid overcrowding the pan so they cook evenly. Grill for about 3 to 5 minutes on one side without moving them too much. This allows a slight golden crust to form. Flip the mushrooms gently and grill the other side for another 3 to 5 minutes. You will notice they become softer, slightly browned, and release a rich, earthy aroma. If needed, brush a little more olive oil during grilling to keep them moist and flavorful. Once done, remove from heat and let them rest for a minute before serving. They should be tender, juicy, and lightly charred on the outside. Serve warm as a side dish or add to salads, rice, or eggs for extra nutrition. Now that we've covered vegetables to eat in order to improve eye health, let's talk about 4 common habits seniors have that are affecting their eye health. I bet you don't want to miss this part. Number 1, ignoring early changes in vision. Many seniors notice small changes in their vision but choose to ignore them. It might start a slight blurriness when reading, needing brighter light to see clearly, or squinting more often than usual. Some may also notice that their eyes take longer to adjust between light and dark spaces. However, because these changes seem small, they are often brushed aside. People may say it's just age or it's nothing serious. So instead of taking action, they adjust by holding things closer, increasing brightness, or simply managing the discomfort. But here's the problem: these small signs are not random. They are early changes which are often warning signals from the body. Your eyes don't suddenly stop working well overnight. In most cases, vision problems develop slowly. The body starts giving signs early, but when those signs are ignored, the underlying issue continues to grow quietly. For example, slight blurriness could be an early sign that the eyes are struggling to focus properly. Needing more light might mean the eyes are not responding to light as efficiently as before. Frequent squinting can also be a sign that the eyes are trying harder to see clearly. When these signs are ignored, the eyes are forced to work under strain for a long time. This can make the condition worse and delay proper care. Another issue is that some eye conditions do not cause pain in the early stages. This makes it easy to ignore them. But by the time the symptoms become obvious, the condition may have already progressed to a more serious stage. So the real danger is not just the vision change, it's the delay in responding to it. And the solution to this is very simple at an early stage. All you need to do is to pay attention early and act early. Also, speak up about any changes, even if they seem minor. The earlier a problem is identified, the easier it is to manage and control. Let me give you a real-life story so you can grasp what I'm telling you. There was a woman in her early 70s who started noticing that her vision wasn't as sharp as before. She needed brighter light to read and sometimes had to squint to see clearly. At first, she ignored it and thought it was just a normal part of getting older. Instead of checking it, she simply increased the brightness in her home and held her books closer. Months passed and the problems slowly became worse. Reading became more difficult and she started avoiding activities she once enjoyed. Eventually, her family encouraged her to get her eyes checked. After the visit, the doctor explained that the issue had started early but was left unattended. Here's what I want you to know. Her problem could have been corrected much sooner and with less difficulty. Number 2, reading or working in poor lighting. Another thing to avoid is reading or working in poor lighting. As we get older, this often happens while reading books, sewing, knitting, or doing other close-up work in dim, uneven, or shadowy lighting. In many cases, it becomes a long-standing habit, or people simply do not realize that the light around them is no longer strong enough for their eyes. Aging eyes naturally need more brightness to see details clearly, yet many seniors continue using the same lighting they used years earlier without noticing the strain it creates. When lighting is too weak, the eyes are forced to work much harder to stay focused. They struggle to separate letters, shapes, and fine details from the shadows, which can quickly lead to eye fatigue. Over time, this extra effort may cause discomfort, blurry vision, headaches, watery eyes, and a constant feeling of tiredness around the eyes. For older adults, repeated strain like this can gradually reduce visual comfort and make activities such as reading or sewing feel exhausting instead of enjoyable. Poor lighting can also affect concentration. Many seniors notice they lose focus more quickly, need frequent breaks, or feel sleepy while reading in dim light. This happens because the eyes and brain are constantly working overtime to process unclear images. Even something as simple as reading a recipe, checking medication labels, or doing crossword puzzles can become frustrating when the lighting is not bright enough. That is why proper lighting is so important. Always use bright, evenly distributed light when doing close tasks. Natural daylight is often the best option because it provides balanced illumination and helps reduce eye strain. If daylight is not available, a high-quality reading lamp positioned directly over the book, sewing area, or workspace can make a major difference. The light should shine clearly onto the task without creating glare or harsh shadows. The goal is to make words and objects easy to see so the eyes can relax instead of struggling to focus every second. I remember one of my patients, Mary, who taught school for more than 30 years before retiring. Every evening she loved sitting in her favorite chair with a novel in hand. The problem was that she preferred very dim lighting because she felt it created a cozy atmosphere. Over time, she began noticing headaches, blurry vision, and tired eyes after only a short period of reading. At first, she assumed it was simply part of getting older. But once she started using a brighter reading lamp placed properly beside her chair, the difference was remarkable. She could read longer, her headaches became less frequent, and her eyes felt far more comfortable at the end of the day.